Hi, I'm Raluca. I'm a projector with emotional authority in the human design system. And I recently had a human design coaching session with a client, and he asked me about one of the aspects in his chart, um, a completely open emotional solar plex center. What does it mean? How would how does that show up in you know in his daily life? um, and I'm an emotionally defined person, so that means that that triangle on the right hand side of the body graph is colored in. So I don't know from personal experience how it feels to have an undefined or completely open emotional center, but I know from working with other people, from observing people in my um, close relationships who are emotionally undefined, how how it shows up for them. So first of all, when a center is white, undefined, either it has a few gates activated, either it has none. Everywhere where you have those white centers in your chart, it means they act as amplifiers. So these are the areas where we are most vulnerable, most conditioned by our environment, by other people. And these are the areas where we develop coping strategies, so-called not self themes in human design. We can also call them like shadow parts, in order for us to survive growing up, um, and having those areas of deep conditioning. So in the beginning, they help us survive when we are kids. The problem is that later on, as adults, they do not serve us anymore, and actually, they become the very things that um, stop us from having fulfilling relationships, from charging what we're actually worth, from focusing on what matters, from taking our time, and so on and so forth. Now, the beauty of human design is that it tells you in a very direct way which center has what theme or what potential shadow part in it. And then the practice that I've been doing myself and that I've been sharing with my clients so far is to actually take your time. For example, take 1 week and observe how those not self themes, those shadow themes, appear in your life. No judging, no denying, just observing. So let's go back to the solar plexus center. If undefined or completely open, the not self theme, the shadow part, is avoiding confrontation and truth. And the question, of course, to ask ourselves is, am I avoiding confrontation and truth? Most people with whom I've worked so far, or friends or family that I've shared this bit of information about the undefined or open solar plexus, they agreed. Yes, they said yes. Even if I worked a lot on myself through various methods, I can still feel this theme showing up in my life, and I would like to, improve on it. And just knowing that this is the mechanics of your design, and there's nothing wrong with you if you find yourself doing that, avoiding confrontation and truth, can help switch the perspective you have about yourself, about your relationships, and step by step, moment by moment, then you can stay in that uncomfortable situation when you feel like running. I share your truth, even if it feels so scary. And it's it's in the small steps that we can observe change. It's not in anything like big, overwhelming, and life big life changing event. So if you have an undefined solar plexus or completely open, know that that's the area of deepest conditioning, the area where you're most vulnerable, and also on the bright side is the area where you have the potential for wisdom and for making money by helping other people uh, with your wisdom that you have developed after being conditioned for so many years. And the key is to know your strategy and authority and stop making decisions from these shadow parts. So, yes, um, you can notice you are afraid to have a difficult conversation, you are afraid to share your truth in some points, but don't make a decision based on that. Go back to whatever your authority is, if it's sacral or splenic or ego, whatever that is. Uh, Stop making decisions from those areas where you are conditioned, and observe what's happening. You don't have to believe me. You don't have to take for as the truth, the ultimate truth, whatever I'm saying or anyone else is saying. Just test it for yourself. Try it out and see what happens. And yeah, let me know if you're done so and how it went for you. And I'll see you then in the next video. Ciao for now.